Hello, everybody. August 22nd, 2021. Happy Aquarian full moon. How's everybody doing? So, yesterday I did my walks, I did my meditations, I called in the Aquarian energies, out with the old, in with the new, all of the shadow work, all the other work I've been doing on myself and with others. It's just my daily nutrition, you know? So last night I went to go to sleep and power outages. It was like off, on, off, on, off, on. And so I was like, okay, all right. So some things didn't work. My phone wasn't working properly. So I tried to roll over and go back to sleep. And when I did, I awoke in almost a panic, like a panic. I think my nasal membranes were a little swollen from probably some foods I had eaten that maybe were not in the best interest of this vessel. And it prevented me from taking full breaths, but at the same time, it was something else. I couldn't put my finger on it. So I tried to stretch on the floor, and then I was feeling like anxiety, like a panic. And I've only experienced that a few times in my life, and for medical reasons. One, I had surgery on my neck, and then everything got inflamed and was pressing against my windpipe and so on. But I'm not an anxiety person. I don't take meds for it. I'm really good at self-calming and self-regulating. But I was having a little bit of a tough time. So even though my ceiling fan was on and the fan in my room was on, I felt really hot, like really super claustrophobic. So I went downstairs trying to be quiet so that anyone underneath me wasn't hearing me squeak, squeak. I tried to go outside, but the air was very stale out there. So I got a little drink of water. I laid down on the sofa where it was a little cooler. And as I propped myself up, I began to sort of relax and thinking, okay, I can go upstairs now. So I went back upstairs to my bedroom, got my pillows all situated, lay down, and it's happening again. And I think to myself, oh my gosh. And I remember seeing a post from someone who I respect saying, don't be surprised if a lot of people exit the planet on this full moon. And I thought, I'm not one of them. I don't think I'm one of them. I'm pretty sure my guides have said, you're firmly planted here as the bridge between, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, okay, you guys. And then I thought, all right, so if you are taking me out, you wouldn't have me go through a real fight with you on it. So I'm going to do my best just to surrender here. Really tap into the breathing. It's difficult to get a full breath, like really a full breath past my breaths. It was like, I had to really push it down there and kind of hold it. And I thought, oh gosh, man, should I dig out my inhaler? Do I need my nasal spray? Like what? So I went back downstairs again, and then I thought, I didn't have any caffeine after 2. I didn't have anything that would get me all riled up and alarmed. But it felt very adrenal, like, and so I took a bite of some chia pudding I made, thinking, okay, well, let's just make sure my blood sugar's balanced. And I propped myself up on the sofa again, and I laid down where it was cool, and I began to breathe, and I slowly drifted off, only to awaken to what looked like possibly a work truck outside the house, because the lights were real bright and they were kind of flashing. So if I sit up on the sofa and I look to the back of the house, I can see the deck. I saw the light flashing kind of there too. So I just figured, oh, just a reflection from this window back here to this window. But I heard voices. I couldn't make out what the voices were. Now, remember, I'm kind of in a grog. I don't know whether I'm coming or going. I think I'm going to go to sleep, and then I'm, not. And so I got myself to stir a little bit, and then I sat up and I went to the window, and there was no one there, and nobody next door was home either. So I'm thinking, and then I looked out to the main road and I see no trucks working on anything, so no voices to carry. And at this time, it's probably 2:30 in the morning. And so anything around me is closed, so there was no voices there, and it felt this way. I thought, all right. So then I just said, okay, damn it, Sandy, you've got this. I am fully in my body. I am a powerful human being. I am a powerful light being. I am safe. I am safe. I can sleep. So I went back upstairs, got myself into a position, and I just would doze off and then maybe waken, doze off. But just to backtrack just a little bit, in my meditations yesterday and then last night before my class, I could see a lot of faces, okay? And then before I went to bed, I could see a lot of faces. So in my sight like that, I'm asking myself, is this me or lifetimes of me in these faces that I'm seeing? And if so, I love you and I release you. Okay, because remember, we're really wanting to release the vessel of anything up to this moment so that we can be filled with all of this new information and new energies. So with that being said, I woke up this morning, and I went outside with a cup of tea and sat, and I was in that groggy state. So of course in the sky, I'm seeing my usual, gang, my guides, and some other things happening and energy happening and a couple little things. And then I brought my eyes down to the fencing around the balcony, and they immediately put me into being able to see a screen right there. So it was animals and people speaking and just loving each other, and then so on. And so then I just went back in the house and sipped a little bit more tea and got myself ready for the day. So I wasn't not very hungry today. I'm hungry, but I'm not hungry. So I'm just trying to make sure that I'm hydrating. So I'd eat these little teeny like spirulina squares with some stuff in it that I get from Mom's Organic Market. And, here we are in the afternoon of the full moon. So 1 minute outside, it looks like it's going to pour down rain, and the next minute it becomes very sunny and beautiful. So I've done some errands now, and I feel good. So I'm just going to go out and take a nice nature walk and see what I can absorb. I just can't bring myself to put on any makeup or do anything with the dew. So little earrings, moisturizer, and we just get along with our day, little doggy. So if any of you are experiencing bizarre, vivid dreams, or you're seeing things in your peripheral, or you're hearing things, it can just be upgrades, activations, shifts in energy. Now, when I awoke this morning, I thought, it was almost like a chopper was over my house, but there wasn't a chopper over my house. And I live DC, okay? So I know what the choppers sound like. And as soon as I say that, I can hear one from a distance, because the last couple of weeks they've been kind of rotating the borders of Maryland, Virginia, and DC. Okay. But then guess what thought came to my mind? I had called on all my motherships, and perhaps one of those were over my house. And, I've been working on my audio. We all come in with different ideas of how we're going to, what our communication device will be, our communication sensory will be, and mine has always been the sight. When I say I hear things, it's usually just a download of a thought in my mind. I haven't heard any voices as of yet. And then, of course, I have a very strong feeling body. Like, I know when things shift and stuff happens, always have. So in the last couple years, people start talking about portals and this is open and that's happening and the Schumann. I don't look at any of it because I don't have to. However, if I am feeling something and then I happen to pass a YouTube or somebody that I know will say, oh, a portal just opened and closed. And I'll be like, oh, I think I kind of knew that, but I'd never pinpoint it to something opening and closing. To me, it's a shift in energy. To me, it's information that I am getting, the information of shifts, change, activations, and so on. So last night they were showing me different symbols flying through the sky and on my ceiling and stuff like that. And they'll do that sometimes too. And again, I'm playing charades and pantomime, like, okay, so I see, oh, okay, well, what does that do for what? What was that? Oh, is that this? I don't know. I go back and forth like this, again, me and my rocking chair. So anyway, just really hunker in to your physical vessel. Please hunker in right here. Do not keep trying to come up and out of here to get to places where you think you're going to get information. You designed this body with your team. You designed every key, every code, every activation in this physical vessel. We've just been taught for millenniums that everything is outside of us and we have to pay to get outside of us, or we have to go outside of us, and that we're not worthy to have it inside of us. And who do we think we are if we did? And you get burnt like a witch, which were many moons, and you get skulked and looked at. But it's really called your intuition. It's your higher self. It's your soul. Okay? And we've also been ingrained to use the masculine ego mind, right? Which is perfect. But when you're entrained that this is the only thing that can guide you, the logic, the education, the this, the that, and the you can't do this, that has been in control. So what this feminine left side is doing here is blending them both down into here. Now, when I talk about masculine and feminine, it's not necessarily about your gender, okay? However, there have been, patriarchs and so on of both masculine and feminine physical form who have misused their powers, of course, off-kiltering the balance of life. So these are the years that we're here on purpose. We chose to be here to balance, to be the fulcrum, to have the balancing act and figure out in our bodies where there is the most balance, creating harmony. And when we do that with ourselves, then it echoes out onto others, okay? Just like when you have a fantastic thought and a kind, loving thought, it goes out into the ethers, right? And all kind, loving thoughts are then gathered to that. And just like when you have a nasty ass thought, like, oh, that girl looks like, or that guy looks like, or this is stupid, or, blah, 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 then that also goes out into the ethers. And then all those negatives collect with air. Well, what does the ego mind do? You can't do that. Who do you think you are? Blah, 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 blah. So the ethers are filled with a lot of that. So it starts with the individual person, the individual vessel. So it starts with me. So I have to contain me and turn on me and activate me. And when a thought that isn't very pleasant, or might have been something from way back there, I don't want to bring it forward right now and give it more energy and send it up to the ethers. No, I want to, I forgive, I love, bless it, thank you, universe. Okay, Saint Germain, Kuan Yin, violet, lavender, violet, lavender, violet, lavender, transmutation, ultraviolet rays. Yes. So put all those out there, right? Just be with the me, myself, and I of all of it, and realize that once you begin to understand the me, myself, and I, then you begin to understand thyself, and thyself is all the, as someone put it, all the fractals of you that is scattered everywhere. And of course, that's from many different lifetimes. And of course, you know, one of the things that a modality in which the spirit has been helping me develop is embodiment of the soul, so that all these fractals now can come back to you, and you can get out of the mind's mission and get into the soul, the heart mission of why you're really here. But you need a little bit of this. All up in here. So I hope that helps. And I'd really appreciate it if you would like, subscribe, hit all, the notification bell. If you would share the video, this algorithm helps everybody. Okay, it helps get this out there so that we can help each individual person into groups, into collectives, and make this world the world we came here to originally be, but got way invisible obstacle coursed, banned, and tripped up and so on. But that's not what we're here for now. All right. So love light, everybody. Love light. You are love light. You're a light body, a powerful light body, filled with the crystalline Christos Christ consciousness. Yeah, you are. So love that. All right, and until the next video,